Hello everyone, this will be the review of game Satisfactory, and the key was provided by developer. Uh, Generally speaking, I don't do drama on my channel at all. This is not the content that I'm producing, so in this case I will be very brief about it. The game is on Epic Games Store, it's not on Steam, and it's an exclusive. And I absolutely hate it. So I just wanted to say it at the very beginning. I'm not gonna even tag it. I don't wanna jump the hype train and do the drama. But personally, I am strongly against any exclusives, be it consoles or launchers or companies or anything. I want all the companies to put games on all possible platforms, especially Steam if we are on PC, and there is no discussion about it, at least for me. I know that the only real argument here could be that Steam can become a monopolist if there is no other platform. But it's not what they do. They actually have very good prices, very cheap games, lots of sales. And what is most important, and what most people don't say, is that Steam has Steam Market, which means that you can make money by playing games, and no other platform has it. The closest was probably Auction House on Diablo, which was by the way deleted. And there is no such option on any other platform to play games, get items, sell them, and buy more games. So if you are poor like me, if you have limited budget, if you are a student or a kid, that's the only way for you to get games, really, because you don't have excess money, you don't have online money. You can just spend money on a whim, like $60 for a new game, out of your wallet. On Steam, you can use it. Uh, well, you can make money and use the money on Steam. You can use the Steam wallet money, which can come out of just playing a game, which you play anyway. So that's a very powerful argument. I don't see any counter argument. If you know any other counter argument, if you know a better launcher, then tell me, but I don't know any other. Plus, it has most games in the world, pretty much. So I'm just strongly against exclusive games on any platform or any system. That's what I wanted to say at the beginning. So the key is from Keymailer. I actually thought it's a Steam key, but it wasn't. It's just first time I got anything on Epic Games Store. So yes, I got the game, and it's very good, I must say. So I'm not gonna attack the developer for anything else than just making his game exclusive and not coming to Steam, which I absolutely hate, and makes me lose most of the respect for the developer for that action. But not for the way the game is made, because the game is awesome. The game is really good. I would be very happy to play it on Steam and comment, even ask questions on the forum. Well, Epic Games Store doesn't have any forum, so you can do it. It doesn't also have reviews, so more reasons, but I'm not gonna go deeper into this. The game is very good. It's basically what some people call it Factorio 3D. Which I could agree to some point, but I didn't play much Factorio. I played very little Factorio, and I didn't even like it. I have similar problem with Factorio as with RimWorld and Terraria. I just don't like the graphics. I appreciate the game is big and awesome and has a lot of content, but I just can't look at this and I can't deal with the user interface. This game has exactly what I want. It has a very nice user interface. It's very clear. It runs quickly, it looks awesome, and I would rather call it not necessarily Factorio 3D, but I would call it one of those crafting slash mining slash building, base building slash survival games. So there is tons of them. It probably started with Minecraft. It has kind of elements like in Fallout 4, where you can build your base and get stuff. You have to fight couple of monsters, not many of them, but mostly you get resources and you build. So it's kind of like Subnautica, kind of like No Man's Sky. The only thing is that you are on one planet. You can only choose 3 biomes, but it's the same planet and the same resources. And you mostly craft in terms of making more buildings and producing sequences of resources management and production. You can do it manually, but it takes forever. So you are kind of forced by the game to make at least some level of automatization. The more you do, the more you optimize it, the better you do it, the faster and more efficient it will be. So when it comes to options, it basically has all you could want. right? You have, let's see, how many languages, just to check it. Yeah, tons of languages. There's in Polish. Audio, yeah, we have don't have sliders, but we have numeric values. We can pick everything the way we want, so that's nice. Video works in the window. You can go down with graphics, which I did because I wanted the game to run as fast as possible, and it runs pretty good. And all the key listing. The only problem I have that for some reason the map doesn't work. I don't know how the map is supposed to work. I cannot ask. I will actually check codecs as well. So Z doesn't work for some reason. X maybe. We'll check it in a moment. Let me just go out of here. Let's go back to game. Okay, so X is, yes, codecs works actually. That's awesome. We have our inbox and tutorials. Might be helpful, but I kind of already saw that. I think I saw it already, so I'm not gonna use it in any way. But it's there. I don't know what was wrong with the map. Yeah, I'm pressing Z, nothing happens. I'm pressing Y, also nothing happens. So I don't know if there is no map implemented. There should be map in this game, but there isn't. Now, you start with almost nothing. So all that stuff that you can see here, I built, right? All that stuff. And that's not everything. That's just part of it, right? Behind us there is another factory, kind of working. I'm gonna show you, right? So this is one of my small factories. This one is actually making copper. You can see wires being produced there. By the way, I actually made perpetuum mobile in this game, which is absolutely awesome. I looped the energy production. And here we see my very random and chaotic base that I was building throughout the game. I actually unlocked all the tiers, but I didn't build everything. So the game might contain spoilers. I will be talking about different stuff and showing you some of the facilities, but just be warned that I actually have all the tiers unlocked, and I'll be showing you some stuff that you may not have unlocked yet. So if you don't want such a spoiler, you can quit now. I just want to show some basic stuff, but also, well, you can simply see some items here and there. And if you want to just discover everything on your own, that's your choice. But I want to show it just to defend this game, sort of, because it actually has a lot of stuff, and it's the strongest point of the game. It's actually what it has, the content. So I have to at least tell you roughly how much content is there. Right, so as you can see, you can build platforms like those, right? So you can build sort of upwards and make foundations and then build on those, but I chose to not to do it. So maybe I'm gonna show you the very basic production cycle. Maybe we start with this. I think this is the, yes, it's equipment. So there's a couple of equipment items that you can build here. For instance, portable miner. To do such an item, you need those particular pieces. You need cables, you need wire, and you need iron plates. Those are made from iron. Those are made from copper. So basically, you have to process something to make something else. If you want parachutes, you need also cable and fabric. So we have to have the proper recipe and then use specific resources, specific materials to make those things. This is just equipment. There's not much of it. I'm actually using only my weapon. If I see an alien, there's not much combat, but there is combat. And this is the production. So basically, production goes like this. You have a variety of recipes. That's not all of them, but that's the majority of them. And you have to go piece by piece. For instance, if you have iron ore, you can make iron ingot. If you have iron ingot, which I do, right here on the right, I can make, let's say, iron plates like this. Or I can make iron rods, also from the ingot. But it's slow. I can make it faster in the facilities. If I want cable, I make cable out of wire. If I want wire, I need copper ingot, and so on. For copper ingot, I need copper ore, and so on. Right, so this is basically how you make stuff manually, but you can also do it with facilities. So I'm going to show you the cycle here. We have the mine, and the mine is using electricity, which I actually produce in another mine or rather in another power plant, which is looped with a mine. So this is pretty much an endless power source. So basically we get electricity. The mine produces ore, which is moved by this here moving, well, something, and the belt, the conveyor belt, I guess it's called. It goes to the splitter. Splitter splits the thing, the ore, into 3 places, right? It goes here, here, and here. So the ore goes to smelter. The smelter makes ingots. The ingots go to container. And there we go, tons of ingots, right? Another one, even more ingots. I could take all that ingot and make it manual into wires, or I could make a factory and make the wire, or rather order it to make a wire. So there's options. What I do automatically here. So the ore is transported. By the way, this is the other power plant that I'm not even using because I have this endless one. This one is using some sort of biomaterial, and when I connect it, it's gonna use the fuel, and then it's gonna run out, and I will basically lose the power. But I don't have to do it anymore because I have this endless source. So here it goes to smelter as before, but from smelter it goes to constructor. And the constructor is making wire, and the wire is coming through this conveyor belt into another container, and there we go, tons of wire. So this is how it works roughly. Okay, those are old ones. I didn't have to use them anymore, but I could. So I can attach something else here. Maybe I'm gonna show you how you get the biomaterial, but we need something like a tree. Maybe I'm gonna show you somewhere. Alright, so I have a chainsaw, and I can also collect stuff on the way if I see any bushes or grass or anything like it. So let's see here, what's this thing? Right, this is leaves, so we get leaves and flower petals. More leaves, some wood, even more. I just collected. This is how you start without the chainsaw. The chainsaw, by the way, is this fuel that we get exactly from the plants, from the bio materials from the plants. You can then make it into biomass, and from biomass you make fuel, biofuel. And this is how we well, power up our chainsaw. And if you cut the tree, you get wood and leaves and even more stuff like this, even more bushes. And then you can process it, right? We go here to the top. Let's see what's here on the top. There is some healing berries. It's only berries and nuts. That's all you can use to heal. There's one more item that I didn't get. Right, so we can collect those here as well. More biomatter, plants, leaves, wood. Cut some more. Right. So this is how it works. There is some stuff to be found. I think mostly you can find some additional materials and additional recipes. For some reason, one of the recipes that I unlocked doesn't work. It doesn't show up in the production menu. Maybe it's a bug, I don't know. I can't ask on the forum because there is no forum on Epic Game Store, so I can't check it. But apparently you have an option to get the other sorts of recipes, not normal ones, but like alternative ones. But I got it and it doesn't show up, so I don't know how it's broken, or is it broken? Right, I get some more. Right, I think that's enough. I don't really need it, but I just wanted to show you. Right, so we now have wood, petals, and leaves, and those are the basic materials you can burn. I'm gonna switch it off to our weapon. We can also use a scanner, for instance, if we want to get, let's say we want to get more coal. It's gonna scan, and we should see the closest coal. Where is it? There, right? So if I want coal, it's there, 500 meters that direction. And we can try to find it. I'm gonna move there a bit. So basically, in that direction, we can find another coal mine and try to, well, basically produce energy from the coal, or just mine it there and then bring it to our base, or use conveyor belts for the same purpose and just have it delivered automatically. Now that big thing is what we could call the game goal. We basically are asked to give some stuff to this big building, and it's gonna unlock more recipes. So this is kind of like a campaign what we have. I don't know if there's an end to the game. I don't think so, because it's early access. But we are basically given a variety of tasks from this building, and when we do the tasks, we unlock more content, we unlock more recipes, and we can make more buildings and make it basically more efficient and higher tier. So all kinds of materials can be made and all kinds of buildings can be built. I'm gonna now move around just to show you roughly what's here. Oh, this is actually something we can mine. Right, is this a mine? Yes, we can get a limestone. So if you dig like this, oh, like this is basically how you start. You only have this chisel, and you get basic materials like that, very slowly, very inefficiently. You get either 1, 2, or 3 depending on the quality of the ore, but this is all you can do at the very beginning. You just mine like this, like in Minecraft. However, I'm gonna show the same thing. Actually, you can do it maybe even here. I can use this, and I can place it here, right? And it's gonna mine for us. So this is the basic, completely basic first automatic device that you can use. And now it's gonna drill some limestone for us, like this. Then you just come and collect 100 pieces. Or you can make a whole mine and just let it produce tons of ore and make it into something else in another factory, and basically make a sequence. It's very chaotic here, right? I want to show you one element here which is completely messed up. Yes, that's what I built. I know it makes no sense, but I just built all those facilities trying to reach the end goal. At some point you can get stuck. So for instance, if you just keep delivering, eventually the whole container will be full, but you will be able to take it out and then process it into something. Or you can make conveyor belts and just move around all the materials and have sort of automatic production. Like here I have completely automatized production of ingot. So I have tons of ingot just to use. I can take it and make other materials out of it. This is something that's not fully finished. Here we have empty container. We produce screws and they go to this container. However, we ran out of resources, so I would have to feed it. Let's feed it. If I feed it manually, which I shouldn't, I should have it automatized, but I don't. Now it's gonna move those with a conveyor belt. We have electricity, so everything will work. We'll see here production, and the screws will move to the container one at a time. I guess it's +1, right? Yes, one screw. I know there's the whole package, but it's just one screw. Yes, so this is gonna slowly fill, eventually have more screws here. But it will use all the rods, and because I didn't attach any sort of conveyor belt here, it's gonna simply run out. So I can either bring it manually or automatize the whole process. Here we have dead electricity. Let me just wait until the game starts responding. Now it does. Alright. So if I feed it fuel, which I can just put leaves here temporarily. It's gonna feed something. It's gonna feed probably this foundry, which by the way doesn't have ore because I used all the ore. Yes, we had connected coal and ore, but we have no more ore here and no production of ore here, so there won't be any more ore. So the process stopped. And here we had steel that was made from iron ore and coal together connected. It produced steel, and then I could take the steel and produce it elsewhere, or attach conveyor belt here and again automatize the production. I'm gonna collect some of these just to get more petals. Right, why not? And this is the coal mine. It's taking coal with a conveyor belt. I think it should be visible here. Maybe. By the way, I could get rid of this plant. Let's get rid of it. Maybe I can do it. Yeah, it's sort of clipping, but it's not a big problem. Right. So now you can see it's slowly feeding coal to the power plant, and the power plant delivers then electricity via the cables all the way to my base. So if you climb here, you'll probably see some of it, right? I have connected some cables. They go somewhere here. Oh, by the way, I fell down. Right, so here we have a cable. We can spread electricity to 4 points from each of those and feed. As you can see, it's spreading even more, and it's feeding some sort of building. Like this one is dead for some reason. Doesn't have fuel for some reason. Doesn't. I'm not sure if I need it, but I can feed it actually. Yeah, apparently I don't know if there's something connected to it. Maybe there is. I think it's feeding more electricity towards the power grid, but we already have electricity from the coal mine, so we don't need it. This is just additional source of electricity. Let me see what's going on here. Yes, this one. This one is what? This is a mine, additional mine. It is not fed by electricity. Maybe we can take some from here. Do we have place? Yes, we have place. Alright, so I could try to deattach this. Let's see if this is gonna work. If I take away this and attach it to the main power grid, let's see if it's gonna work. Maybe. I think it is. Yes, apparently it's not yet overloaded, so now we're gonna produce ore. The ore will move here. It's gonna get processed, probably moved further into this splitter. What does the splitter do? Let's see. It splits it towards one item here and another item here. Let's see what they do. This one is making ingots, and this one is also making ingots. So one is moving here and eventually ends up in this container where we have plates, and the other one goes there all the way. By the way, this one died. I don't know if it's connected. Maybe it's not. Yes, it's not connected because we already have the electricity, and this one is making rods. So now we have production of rods, production of plates, automatic, because our big power grid is feeding the other coal, well, not coal mine, the other iron ore mine. So one is here, and the other goes the other way. The other is feeding ore towards something else here. Basically, we follow the conveyor belt into this building, which makes plates. They go to this container, and then they are moved towards this container. And because I was making before those, the process stops here, and here we have the large amount of plates, so then I can process them further. You have to also explore the planet, sort of, because some resources are further and further. I had coal 1 kilometer from the base, and then the next resource is 2 kilometers, so you have to spread. The problem is you don't have a map, so it's not very easy to navigate. You see the spire that you built from pretty much any point of the map, because it's very large. Where is it? Here, so you can use it as a point. You can also put beacons, so you always see the house, the hub here, right? There's a hub. I'm gonna show you in a moment. But you can also put those, right? Copper mining 1, and here we have coal behind bridge. There's not enough place to write longer description, but basically I use those two. So basically I have a coal mine around 1 kilometer that direction, and here is the copper mining facility that I was showing you before. And the hub is something you have to build a couple of times. Eventually you end up with what you see, roughly. So we have our craft bench. This is where you start. You basically build the hub and you have the first craft bench, then you can make more. And here is the hub, which allows you to produce different things on different tiers. So you have at this point 6 tiers of variety of technologies. Seventh one is not yet implemented. I think there will be 7 and 8 eventually, and then you will have more. And here's tier 1. I don't have everything. I don't have this overclock. Tier 2, I could use the color gun, which I could maybe. Let's see if I have everything. Let's try to make it quickly. Like for this, I'm not sure if it's gonna take it away. Let's take it. So I'm gonna feed it plates and wire. Now we need 14 plates and 100 rods. So I'm gonna make them. 14 plates. There we go. You're gonna feed it. This is the manual version. Where is it? I lost it because I'm an idiot. Alright. There we go. And now I have rods. I know I do, because I was just showing them to you. So we're gonna run there like an idiot in a very inefficient way. Here is our container with tons of rods. There you go. 100. And we're gonna unlock another item. So this is how you unlock technologies, basically. You have to meet the requirements, put all the stuff in here, and then push a big red button. Big red button. There we go. Right. Now let's see what happened. We'll probably get a message. Or not. Yeah, color gun. I don't know why I would color stuff. I guess you can. Right. I'm gonna use the previous one, which was somewhere here. I think, yeah, it was jetpack. Let's see if it still has the stuff I added. Yes, it does. It remembers what I put here. So the problem with the additional technology, I got one for this. One additional technology for this one. So the same item but done with different parts and not showing up here. So this seems to be a bug. And I unlocked it in this here facility. Basically you add items here and analyze them. After some time, when you analyze them, you get additional recipes. So you also get recipes in that way, just putting stuff into analyzer. But aside from that, you also have to unlock new tiers in here, right? So basically meet all those milestones, get the stuff, like make motors, make some sort of additional parts, and when you connect all the here, if you put it all here, it's gonna eventually unlock new technology, so then you can use it. I'm gonna maybe sort it and maybe sort my own stuff. Right, this is just my dumping place because I kinda ran out of place I wanted to explore, but before I went to explore I wanted to show you the game. Right, so this is our hub. Let's maybe climb it. Let's see what it's showing. Yeah, it's just showing some stuff here. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff you can build. Some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't make sense. Maybe I'm gonna leave it like this. As you can see, the production is going quite well. Some of it will stop, some of it will run out of power, some will be endless at this point. And you can make all those nice facilities from scratch, just from pretty much having nothing. You just have a bad version of this hub here, much smaller, and you have only your chisel, right? You have nothing. And then you slowly build up towards what you see here. So this is like pretty much an end game, but I don't yet have all the technologies, so this is roughly what you can get, and then more, probably even more. You can also, as always in those games, you can creatively build. So if you want to creatively build, you can. Surely you can just make stuff like this, well, vantage point here that I built just to show you, like that one with the foundations. Maybe I'm gonna also show you now this is almost everything I wanted to show you actually. Right, I'm gonna just show you roughly what's there. So we have the different facilities here. We have workstations, miners, smelters, manufacturers, and oil production. Power consists of mostly biomass burner and some poles and lines, also coal generator. Logistics, you can make basically conveyor belts and splitters. That's not all of it because I didn't unlock everything. Then we have foundations. Some stuff can only be built on foundations, so as you can see it needs concrete, it needs plates and stuff like that. By the way, I have tons of plates, so I could build them. I could build stairs to heaven if I wanted to. Then we have walls. Walls can have doors, they can have holes for conveyor belts, so you can kind of build a base or a factory or at least some sort of container and basically make it look better. It's not necessary, as you can see, you can just build stuff anywhere, but if you want to have it nicely and tidily put together with more sense than my chaotic base, then you can do it with those. And organization, you have storage containers, personal storage boxes. We have lookout tower. By the way, I have no idea how you go down from there. I tried also using those jumping pads, but I'm not sure how they work, so I just gave up eventually. You have also walkways. This is something I used on my lookout point that I was showing you. I just used those to just not fall down to my death. And then we have vehicles. Basically, it's tractor and truck right now. So some vehicles, I didn't even build it, I didn't test it yet. So, well, just saying there's also vehicles in this game. Plus, which is well, quite important, the game has multiply, and I tested it. I played with a friend. We had 4 people playing, or 5. I think it's 5. I think it's host and 4 people. So it goes much faster when you have 4 people, right? You can just divide actions, and somebody will do one thing, somebody else will do another thing. Someone can make copper, someone can build the main part, right? This whole spire thing. Someone can make ore, someone can get fuel from plants, and someone can do the power grid. So you can also spread around and explore much faster. You can use vehicles, probably also with more than one person. I didn't use vehicles at all, so I'm not sure, but I guess you can drive it and someone can just sit on the vehicle. You can even use conveyor belts to move, just very slowly. You know, if you stand on it, it will actually move, right? So you can even use it as a mean of moving around. That's very slowly, but you could just stand on it and let it take you to another part of the map while you eat your dinner or do something like that. I still have to explore quite a lot and finish probably the whole tree, the whole production tree, unlock all the technologies. Like, I don't have this one technology here, I need all the stuff. So the game is quite long, I must say, because it takes time. Even if you try to automatize it, even just to build all this stuff, to put it together takes time, not to mention make it efficient and just unlock everything and make it pretty much work on its own without you supervising it. Maybe I'm gonna end up somewhere here on the vantage point, like here maybe, right, so you can see some stuff. Right, I'm gonna leave it like this. Maybe I can get rid of that. I think I could. I can just put it there. Oh, it doesn't work. Let me just wait until the game starts to respond again. Oh my goodness, it's got a cancer again. Right, now it works. Right, it should be okay now. Alright, so I'm gonna leave it, maybe jump there. I don't know if you can do it. Right, you can. Oh my goodness. I should build, you know what? I think I should build something here, right? I can probably build foundation here. Maybe I can build foundation a bit further. Or not. Maybe I can build here. Right. Looks good. Give me a moment. Right. Oh, it's not working. Sometimes it happens. It starts to ping. Now it doesn't. Alright, I'm gonna use... Oh my goodness, I fell through it. Why I did? Shouldn't. Give me a moment. It's built. So we're gonna climb there. Well, let's see if it's gonna clip. Probably it shouldn't clip. Now it's solid, right? Gonna stand on this. Maybe I will make a few more. Right, here it goes through something. Here we could have it. I guess we could have 4. Right? Yes. Yeah, it looks kind of crappy, but okay. What is this, by the way? Yeah, it just leaves. Alright. Now I won't fall that easily. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it here. So, to sum up, the game is not finished. It's clearly in early access. It has this, how to call it? It doesn't really have an end because it's basically a sandbox, and you can treat the whole Spire thing as a sort of campaign. Like your company asks you to deliver specific parts so that you have to build up your infrastructure. And while you do it, you unlock all kinds of stuff. But I'm not sure if there is an end. There isn't really a story, much of a story here. Well, basically you land on the planet and you build those things, and that's it. You basically build all the way to the highest tier that's available, and it's not yet finished. I don't know what happens then. Maybe you just escape the planet or do something else. Maybe you have to deliver other materials, but I don't think there's an end at this point. However, it's a very nice sandbox. It runs exceptionally well. It looks exceptionally well. And yes, it's very satisfying. As in the name, it is called Satisfactory, and it is very satisfying. I like building stuff like this. I like those games. I didn't like Factorio, and I like this a lot. So I would say it's better. I would say this is roughly what I want to see. This level of fluency, this level of graphics. Well, if we talk about complexity, it's mixed bag because there isn't really that many tiers or that many technologies out there or materials, but there is a lot of building. So you don't really go very deep in like 20 different material types, like all the way to mithril and titanium. You don't. However, you have to build a lot of buildings and put everything nicely together in a proper sequence. So there's a lot of micromanagement and building, but not that much depth in terms of unlockable technologies. You just unlock some of them. Some are useful, some are not that useful, some are just necessary to go further. And after many hours, probably like 20 hours or something like that, or 10 hours, 10 to 20 I would say, depending if you play alone or not, and depending of course how efficient you are, you kind of reach the end. You kind of reach all the tiers, and you have your base, you have your materials. Now at this point you could explore, you could just explore the whole thing and build maybe more outposts and just spread your base and make it even more self-sustainable. But there isn't much goal to it. Like, yes, you can do it. You can just look at everything that's here, just see the entire map, build up whatever you can, and well, unlock all these technologies, but then it's over. Then it's kind of over, unless you just want to keep building just for building's sake, just to make a nice big enormous factory or some sort of, well, whatever you want you can build, right? Using all the tiles and assets that are in the game. You can definitely use foundations to make a couple of stories of a building. You can enclose something in a confined space. You can make conveyor belts. You can go a couple of levels up, or you can just put foundations everywhere and then build on those. So there is quite a lot of options if you want to creatively build, and some people do it. Some people basically play those games just to build. So it's there, definitely. I'm very satisfied by it. I had fun. I'm kind of done now. What I will probably do, I'll probably explore. Maybe I will try to unlock some more technologies, but I'm not sure if there is more to do here. I guess I will probably wait for the patch. I hope my save won't die. And if there will be new patch and my save will be intact, I will probably finish new tiers of well, production, and then I will probably be done with the game. I'm not sure if I would play more. You can play on 3 biomes, for sure. So you can pick a biome. There is also a forest biome and a cold biome, or something like that. So basically there's 3 biomes to choose from. This is one of them, called grassland. So the game can definitely last long. Even one playthrough would be quite a lot a lot of hours, probably around 20 hours or more. And then you could do the same on 2 other biomes. You could also do it much faster in the multiplayer. I wish the game had a campaign, some sort of end, or maybe different ends, or maybe randomize it. That would be nice. It needs more tiers. I would be happy if there was like 10 of them with more stuff. Maybe not necessarily much deeper in terms of what we use, but it could be more useful stuff, like some sort of movement, well, gear, something that would allow you to move faster. Maybe some small bike would be nice to just cover terrain quickly. I could also use more weaponry and gear to be more protected. That would be nice. Or maybe some sort of passive regeneration of health. You know, all the useful stuff that you could just unlock eventually and use. That would be nice. From the bugs perspective, there is very little bugs. The only bug they found was actually this strange alternative recipe that doesn't show up. I don't know why it happens. Aside from that, throughout all the time that I played, I really encountered no bugs. It just works. Everything just works very nicely. So it is polished, I would say. Even for early access, it's already polished. It's already playable because there is hours of fun here. And it looks and runs exceptionally well. So I'm just gonna say about the game, not about the developer, or not about the whole Epic Game Store thing. I would say the game is 9 out of 10. I really like it. I really like it at this point. It's already very satisfying and playable how it is. I know that there is a very similar game where you have some sort of big drill factory, and there is exploding volcano. It's some sort of steampunk version of this game. So there is a very similar game out there. And you can of course compare it to any other game with those elements, with survival, building, crafting, mining elements. But it's done exceptionally well with big polish, and it just runs. It runs and looks good. So that's what I'm expecting in 2019. I want those games to look nice. I want those games to run quickly. I hate when they tell me something like buy a new PC because, well, you need a super awesome computer to run it. Not in this case. This runs very well on my computer, even though it's on lowest. So yeah, I can absolutely recommend it. Even if you're fresh to those games, this one could be a nice starter because it definitely looks better than Factorio and many similar games. It would be nice for a starter. It's also very friendly in terms of tutorials and explanations what to do and how to do it. For fans of the genre, this is obvious must buy because, well, it's probably one of the best games of this genre that I played. The price, I'm not too happy with the price. Of course, I got it for free, but 20 bucks, I'm not sure if I would buy it in this state for $20. If it was on sale, maybe. But the problem is, it's on Epic Store, right? On Epic Store, you have to buy for real money. On Steam, you can make money using Steam Market, which is the most important element of this whole, drama. Steam Market allows you to make money out of nothing, out of games that you play anyway. So on Steam, you could make the $20. On Epic Game Store and any other launcher, you have to pay the $20. Even if they make it cheaper, even if they make it $1, you have to pay it out of your wallet, out of your real world wallet or your bank account. On Steam, no. If they put a game on Steam for $1 or for $100, you can make the money on the Steam, on the market. So eventually you will never have to pay if you're patient enough, if you want to do it this way. Of course you can pay, right? You can load the Steam, but you don't have to. You have a choice. On any other launcher, you don't have a choice. They just ask for money and, well, pay it or live without this game in your life. And we don't care. On Steam, they say, well, you have an option. You can actually use a trade and you can sell all kinds of stuff and eventually make it. Of course, it's going to take months. It's going to be extremely boring and annoying, but you have a way out. And I am poor. I know a lot of poor people who can't afford games. I know that many countries have it better, and I also know that many countries have it worse. So there is tons and tons of people, tons of Steam users, and generally players, gamers, who are really poor, who have hard problems affording any game, And only Steam allows you to make money by playing games. Every other launcher asks you for money, and they don't care if you have it. They don't care if you have online banking or not. Can you afford it? Do you have PayPal? You just have to pay. Or if you don't pay, there's no way to get a game. On Steam, you have options. So I personally would wait for sale if there are any sales on Epic Game Store. I don't know if there are. I don't care. I'm not gonna use that platform. I only use it for this one game just to give you the review. I'm not gonna buy anything there unless I'm absolutely forced to, but at this point I'm not. I can live without those couple of exclusive games. I have enough games to play. I don't care. I will just wait, and if I can't get them, then so be it. I'm not giving them any money. You do it as you want. If you want to pay, you can pay. I'm absolutely happy with Steam, and I'm gonna stay on Steam as long as I can. But this game is really good. So if you're desperate to have it, you can buy it there, or you can hope it gets on Steam in a year. Hopefully it will. And to the developer, please don't do it again. Please put it on Steam as soon as you can, and don't do it ever again with any other game. And the same goes for every other developer. This is disgusting. Seriously, this is one of the worst things in gaming, when they force you to. Well, there's two things, right? One is to make games so badly that you have to upgrade your computer. This is really nasty. I hate it when they do it, especially if the game is kind of crappy, but you have to buy constantly new computers, new consoles, new graphic cards, because they can't program and they just make crappy, sloppy games that barely work. This is one thing I hate. And the other thing I hate is exclusives. I absolutely hate it when I have to buy a console to play one game, as I did with, let's say, Bloodborne. And it's not about Epic Games Store, it's not about this developer, it's about the thing. I don't like exclusives anywhere. I had to do it. I had to buy PS3 to play Demon Souls, and PS4 to play Bloodborne, and Xbox to play some Xbox exclusives. And now I have to install crappy launchers. Of course, one was Origin for Mass Effect 3 because it wasn't on Steam, and it was Blizzard, right, to play any Blizzard games, so another launcher, and then some GOG games, which I actually didn't ever buy because I don't even have any online money. And then it was yes, now it's the Epic Game Store, and probably there is more. I don't want that crap. By the rules of Occam's razor, there is already a launcher. It works. Everybody's using it. Let's use it. Let's make it better. Let's give them some feedback how to make it better. I'm not absolutely happy with Steam. I know it needs a lot of stuff. Like, I could use some filters on the store. For instance, the ability to filter out games that I already own, or to have some sort of information how much money I made and how much money I made from each game. Definitely it needs more more work. Well, their servers die on every sale every year, which is also disgusting. But overall, Steam at this point is the best option, and I'm staying there. What else? I guess that will be it. I'm gonna stop here. I'm not gonna rant anymore. I'm only going to tag it as the game, not as the whole Epic Game Store thing. I'm just gonna tag the game name and whatever is on Keymailer, because I got it from Keymailer, so I'm gonna add the prompts from there into the game. And that's gonna be it, because I don't want to have any other topics like politics, like my personal ideology, or dramas, or any sort of hype. I don't do it. I don't make my videos for, well, I don't really do it for money, because I was never paid by YouTube even 1 cent. I never made any money on YouTube. I make it to share my passion for gaming, and I also make reviews to get games, and mostly to get games on Steam, because if you get games on Steam, you get the cards, you get the additional packages, you can sometimes buy another game from the same developer if you already have one. So basically you benefit a little bit if you get a game on Steam. You can get some cards from it, you can sell them, sometimes you can get items you can sell. So basically, if I was to choose Steam or any other launcher, I choose Steam. But I'm not going into details on what I think just in meta language around games. My channel is about games as such, not about all things around it. Of course, if you want to ask me any questions or go into discussion, you can do it in the comment section. I always talk about everything on well, within the comments. I can't say everything because I'm on YouTube, so I can't use some words, I can't use some topics, and I don't want to. But if you ask me anything in the comment section, I will answer there. So if you want to go into discussion, if you want to ask me about any details, you can always do it in the comment section. I will try to respond as soon as possible. I don't get many comments, so I read them all. So that was Satisfactory. I give it 9 out of 10 regardless of the whole drama. The game is very good. I'm very satisfied. I will probably play it more. I'm waiting for full release, all the patching. Well, I basically not patching because the game runs properly. I just want all content to be there, and I would like some sort of ending or maybe better made campaign with actual end goal. And so far I'm just already very happy with it. Even if I was to stop right now, I'm already satisfied. I played a couple of days and I had a lot of fun. So full recommendation, 9 out of 10. That was Satisfactory, and I will see you guys in the next review, hopefully with a game as good as this one or better, because you can always be better than you are. So, see you guys next time.